What's going on, guys? Welcome back to was this week 6 of Kansas Esports? This week, the League of Legends Red Club team will be going up against.
Paradise Valley Community College.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. Um, should be a pretty good match. I think we are pretty evenly matched. So it should be fun, and it looks like we're jumping straight into draft here. Let's talk about what we'll see ban-wise. KU, Hope, our jungler's Rek'Sai is very popular, so I would expect that to get banned, as well as Matson, our ADC, has been playing a lot of Karthus, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that banned.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see Karthus. I also wouldn't be surprised to see Yunara Band come out, but it actually looks like Paradise Valley is going to go for the Victor on 3, and Kansas is going to respond with the Aatrox.
Aatrox. So Paradise Valley does have the first pick here. They're hovering Rek'Sai.
They're
They're trying to take that away
Yeah,
from Hope.
it looks like they're going to be taking away the Rek'Sai from Two Queens, and then Kansas is going to have to respond with probably going to respond with a jungler of their own, and I wouldn't be surprised if they try to lock in a top laner here too.
Possibly they could go for top lane, but yeah, I would expect that jungle pick. We've seen Hope play Jarvan. We've seen it looks like it's gonna be
Going
Wukong.
to be the Wukong coming out.
She does play a lot of Wukong here, and they're gonna pair that with an Orianna. There is a lot of synergy there.
That is a lot of
So
synergy there. I do fully expect a lot of E into R combos for the shockwave value. That's going to be very good. And they're going to respond with the Darius. I'm going to assume that this is just going to be a top lane Darius matchup.
yeah, they're gonna go Darius top and hovering a couple things mid. The Aurora, now the Lissandra. The Darius pick, I think, is to take away from our top laner's champ pool. He plays a lot of Darius sets, champions like that. I would expect KU to pick top here, see what counters he has into Darius. I know he loves Set, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a Set pick.
And with Set still being open, it is very likely for it to come out here. And it looks like they're going to take their time, probably discussing their second phase of bans. And clock ticks down, and we're going to see the Mundo lock in, actually.
Mundo, a little bit more frontline here. I do like this pick. This Orianna is going to pretty much just be able to walk behind her Wukong and Mundo and be able to put the ball on whoever she wants and look for some good shockwave opportunities. Looking at bans here, it's just ADC and support left for both teams. So Aless plays a lot of enchanters. I wouldn't be surprised if Paradise Valley chooses to ban some enchanters here.
I also wouldn't be surprised if they try to ban out the Nico, too. Aless does love the Nico, but they are going to go for the Yunara instead,
Yeah,
trying to take away from Matson. And Kansas is going to respond very soon, probably going to talking about their upcoming picks.
yeah, you were talking about that Yunara priority by Kansas earlier, so I do think that is smart for Paradise Valley to ban that.
And clock ticks down for the last ban for Kansas, and it's going to be the Smolder.
Going to be Smolder, and I do think that is a pretty smart ban from Kansas. They have Wukong Mundo, so it's kind of hard for them to do a lot early game, so they want to ban these late game scaling ADCs.
Yes.
So I totally get that ban. I think it's very smart. And KU is going to come out of this ban phase with first pick. I imagine we are looking at picking an ADC here. Not sure what Matson has planned. Caitlyn is open. Kaisa is open. There are a lot of options here.
There are definitely a lot of options, and Matson's staple pick, Aphelios, is also open too, so he could pull that out here in game 1. Yep, there we go, there's the Aphelios. We are doing a fearless format this series, so we will not be seeing any of these champions again going into game 2 or potentially 3. And Paradise Valley is now talking about their response. They're going to follow up with the Lucian.
Lucian, I wouldn't be surprised to see a Nami with this. They do actually pick the Nami right here. I imagine they're going Lucian now.
Yep.
And so Les has a lot of options to think about with her support pick here. I imagine she'll go in Enchanter. The Nico is up like you were talking about.
And we are going to see the Lulu lock in. I was going to say the Lulu would be probably very requested by Mattson, and we are going to see it here locked in. And I think both these drafts are very good. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are if this game goes to 35, 40 minutes, that KU is going to win this game. Because
100%.
Aphelios, Wukong, and I mean Lulu and Orianna too, like all these champions scale really well. So I think we just need to make it through the early game and we should be completely fine.
I 100% agree. I do think that the Paradise Valley, the Lucian Nami could be very, very impactful in the bot lane early though. If they can land a good bubble onto the Aphelios or even the Lulu early and be able to play around that, I think it could cause a lot of trouble in the bot lane.
Yeah, Lucianami as well as Darius Rek'Sai in the top side going into a Mundo, very volatile champion early game. We could see a pretty bloody early game, so I'm excited. We're going to be right back. We'll be in game very shortly. Stick around. This should be a pretty fun game.
Yeah. All right, so we're going into the first game here, and we're already seeing short trades in the mid lane while everything is kicking off. I do kind of want to talk a little bit more about this mid lane matchup, because I don't really think we talked a whole lot about it during the draft phase. The Orianna into the Lissandra should be a very interesting matchup, as Lissandra does have very good engage pre-level 6, and even after level 6, it will be very good to fight with, especially with the Rek'Sai. But I do kind of wonder about what the mid lane and jungle can do for Kansas.
Yeah, like you were saying, the Lissandra and Rek'Sai, they have a lot of synergy early game, so Orianna does have to be very careful of that. And if there's a first scuttle fight, then KU has to be really careful. And especially with Lissandra having Electrocute and Orianna having Summon Airy, that kind of favors Lissandra in the early game a little bit more. Seeing a bit of trading in the top lane. Luckily, that Mundo passive saves him from the E there. And he's just going to be able to catch the wave under his turret. We do have both junglers pathing bot here. We may see a bot side scuttle fight, or I wouldn't be surprised if the Wukong went for the top side.
I do think I wasn't able to see if we had any vision placed onto the Raptor pit, but I do think it would be a very smart idea for Two Queens to just rotate to top scuttle. We already see that Aphelios and Lulu are pushed up into the bot side, but alright then.
Darius going to flash there, be able to secure the kill. Mundo does have TP to get back to lane, luckily. I'm not sure. He should be able to catch this wave in time. But that is a nice pickup for Darius. A bit unfortunate.
100%. Securing first blood right there will be very good for... We actually are going to...
Rek'Sai looking bot here. Does look like we'll be able to escape this, though. That's good. We're wasting Rek'Sai's time a lot here, and Wukong is able to get both the bot and top scuttle. Really good for Wukong to start this game off.
Yeah, 100%. I think net positive for Kansas right there besides the kill, but...
Rek'Sai does circle back here. We see the barrier from Aphelios. Flash comes out on both Lulu and Rek'Sai. Heals as well from both supports. Darius ghosting up here, as well as Mundo. Both are going to pop a ghost, and Mundo is able to get out here. Darius now has no sums. There is a very big wave crashing bot here. KU does have to preserve HP a little bit.
This is definitely... I do think that they can just infinitely shove, and it does look like they're just going to go for the level 3 dive.
Yeah, they were able to finish off the Aphelios there. Lulu chasing down the Lucian and is able to secure him. Can Lulu get out? It's not going to look like it. But on the bright side, this Wukong is way up in CS and is now looking to take the Rek'Sai's Gromp.
Yeah, and we can see the pings on the minimap that Paradise does know that Wukong is in the top side right now, taking Rek'Sai's jungle. But I do think Rek'Sai getting 2 kills is going to be very bad in terms of scaling for this Wukong, especially if they want to apply any kind of pressure to these early objectives now that Ocean Drake is up.
Yeah, Rek'Sai walking. Oh my
wow.
goodness.
The solo bolo onto the Lissandra from Orianna using the Shockwave.
Yeah, Orianna was able to hit level 6 there and then just able to finish him off. That's a really good pickup, and we're going to have our mid laner really strong this game, as well as Wukong should hit level 6 first with that extra camp he stole from the Rek'Sai.
I do want to point out real quick, look at the CS difference between the Orianna and the Lissandra. I know we're only 5 minutes in, but being down almost or over 30 or almost 30 CS very early on, you're not even going to be able to secure the lost chapter on the first back like you're going to want to do as a Lissandra in this game.
Yeah, Orianna is really far ahead right now, and probably going to be looking to snowball that lead maybe to bot or into this first Drake. Rek'Sai and Wukong are both bot side now. Wukong is level 6 though, so I do think a fight would favor them if they were to take it.
Yeah, and we do see that Wukong is rotating to, or not Wukong, Rek'Sai is rotating mid side.
So Lissandra engages.
Lissandra uses the ult onto the Orianna, and
It looks like Orianna is unfortunately taken down here. Lissandra ult down as well as Lissandra flash.
but Orianna's flash is also down as well. But Two Queens is trying to clean up, but will fail at the... No? Two Queens will get away from the Rek'Sai. Very low on health, though. Should take the back. There we go.
Is able to get away. More fighting in the bot side. Fights bot side do not look great right now, though. If we look at items here, Lucian has a full serrated Dirk, while Aphelios only has a Cole and Boots, so it makes sense that we don't really want to fight this first dragon. Just give it and try and scale a little bit more.
Darius is just going to run up a little bit, try to get rid of that spell shield from the... or CC shield from the Mundo.
Yeah, unfortunately, this matchup is pretty hard for Mundo until he gets that first item. But we do have Darius pushing in here with no sums. Maybe, oh, it does look like his Flash and Ghost are coming up, but we do have Wukong topside. Maybe he could look for a play.
Darius is going to place down that... Oh, the flash.
Darius flashes, Mundo pops ult. Darius is going to blow both sums here, and it does look like Mundo is going to fall.
That was very greedy from the Darius. Used the flash right off cooldown to get the kill onto the Mundo. And it worked out pretty well for him. Traded flash and ghost for ghost and a kill onto the Mundo, which, yeah, I'd say that's worth it any day of the week.
Yeah, it's looking a bit rough for this early game, but like we were talking about in draft, the KU's teams comp scales so well that I think if we keep it just a little bit even, we'll be able to win this league.
Yeah, I do want to point out again that Orianna is keeping that gold lead ahead of the Lissandra very well, but they are overextended and get punished for it, looks like.
Yeah, Orianna is going to fall here. Lissandra TP's back and is able to ult, and Rek'Sai can just clean it up.
Lissandra is the one to secure the kill, though, so that is more gold going over to her, try to balance out that gold difference.
Yep. Let's see, we have Wukong bot side, no Drake up, but might be looking for an invade,
Which
Rek'Sai on grubs.
they are going to be, yeah, they are going to be giving up the grubs there, which I think being down to two objectives this early is going to feel very bad, but Wukong is still maintaining a manageable gold or CS lead over the Rek'Sai. The only problem is that Rek'Sai is getting kills to make up for it.
Yeah, you see that in do have both the Lucian and Nami ult coming out here. Lulu flashes, ults the Aphelios. Aphelios looking to trade here, and unfortunately dies.
I don't think. Oh well.
And
That was another solo kill going over to the Darius onto the Mundo. It's being very, or my bad. Mundo is being very punished this game by the Darius, who is now up 3 kills. I do think that this top lane can be very tricky to recover from if Mundo does not get the time he needs to farm.
yeah, now Darius has a full Stride Breaker. It is really easy to run this Mundo down, so it's going to be a rough next few minutes for Mundo, as well as Aphelios, because this Lucian is about to base and come back with a full collect.
Yeah, that's going to be very dangerous for this Aphelios, who is still only sitting with a Cole, Boots, and BF Sword. The BF Sword will make a difference, but not as much as the Collector will.
Yeah, in that last fight, he didn't have the BF Sword yet. Maybe it could have gone a little bit different with that BF Sword, but now I wouldn't want to take any fights now that I see a full collect.
Oh, 100% not. And we see the gold lead pulled up here. That is definitely very substantial for the bot lane and the top lane in specific. They're with the top lane having a 1,700 gold lead, 11 minutes in. That is very bad for this Mundo.
Yeah, like you were talking about, though, with Orianna and how well she is farming as well as taking some plates, she is able to get a little bit of a gold lead against this Lissandra, even though down a kill.
And we did see just there when we were down in the boss side that the Lucian did complete their quest objectives, which will start to... Oh.
Wukong just able
Yeah, Wukong just able to get away from that. And going back to a pretty calm map state, at least for the current being short trades being taken, and the Darius is just going to be pushing in that top wave. You see Drake is coming up, though.
Drake is coming up. Wukong is here. He's cleared some vision. We have Darius TPing down for this Drake. It looks like Paradise Valley really wants this.
And it looks like there's not going to be any contest from the side of Kansas. They are just going to be trying to shove in these towers and these minion waves, try to get some gold from those plates.
Yeah, we're able to get some plates mid, as well as Mundo is able to pick up a little bit of gold top.
And secure his top quest.
Yes, I think overall this trade isn't bad for Kansas at all, because with the current game state with Lucian having a full item, I don't know if we were getting this Drake anyways, so...
Oh, 100% we were not. I think that was the correct and only option for that specific play. And it allows our laners to get a little bit more gold in their hands, which hopefully they will be able to back with soon and make a difference with.
Yep.
We do see that.
Yeah, this Mundo on his next back should have his first item, which will definitely help a lot and probably not allow Darius to.
We do see that Lucian is shoving in this wave, trying to just apply that pressure so he can... I wasn't able to see what the Lucian's gold was, but should be able to take it back with a 1,500 gold after he shoves this wave in, or he is going to stick around.
Yep, he's just looking to punish here with Rek'Sai.
And there is the tower dive. Aphelios does go down.
Yeah, we do have Wukong here covering, though. And Wukong is able to flash over the wall and secure the kill there. Now Orianna TPing down, chasing down this Nami, securing the kill. That is really good for KU.
That was a very good bounce back from what initially turned out to be a very spotty tower dive from the side of Paradise Valley. Turned out to be very good for Kansas, as they were able to clean up 3 kills.
Yeah. We're going to see both ults pop top. we have Wukong on the invade here, ulted by Lissandra, but looks like able to get out. Lissandra flashes away from the Orianna. Would have been a nice pickup, but we're able to burn her ult and flash there. Still pretty good.
Mundo is trying to keep that Darius from backing.
Yeah, Darius is looking like he's staying. He's going to engage on Mundo here. He doesn't have his ult, though, so it is a little bit hard for him to kill. Gonggor's back to clearing. We saw them both use their ult and flashes bot, so I imagine they just want to farm for a little while.
Rift Herald is up, though, so we do have to keep that in mind. While none of their ultimates are up at the current moment, they will be coming up soon, especially with the Orianna Shockwave coming up soon, and the Lissandra ultimate as well.
Yeah, we have Rift Herald up now, and Drake in 2 minutes. This Drake is going to be really important, because Kansas needs this Drake, but Paradise Valley is really going to want to fight it. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a massive team fight at this next Drake.
100%. And we do see that Paradise Valley is starting to set up vision around the Rift Herald, and they're going to clear that control ward. With Aphelios and Lulu being rotated into the mid lane, I do wonder if they are going to try to make a play for it, because Lucian is still in the bot side of the map, and Lissandra is there too. Does get the flash out of Orianna.
They look to get the flash. Now Wukong is walking over to this Herald since we know Lissandra's bot. Might have a little bit of a skirmish here.
But there are 3. Are they gonna try to get the steal? They do not get the steal in time, but they are gonna go in.
Lulu ults Wukong. Wukong responds with the ult himself. Darius flashes, but isn't quite able to get out. We're able to secure the kill on Darius. Mundo is going to be able to push here and get quite a few plates. Does look like Paradise Valley is chasing a bit here, maybe trying to stop some recalls. But Orianna is getting plates bot lane this whole time. Overall, I think net positive for Kansas once again.
Yeah, that was definitely a net positive. They get the kill onto the Darius. They don't get the Herald, but with the plays that they get and the gold that they get from the kill, definitely makes up for it.
Yep. We do give our mid turret, but we're going to get top turret in response. Fighting this Drake could be a little bit hard. We have given away our Lulu and Wukong ult, so it'll be interesting to see how Kansas approaches this fight.
It will be really interesting to see how they approach the fight, but Wukong is up a item over the Rek'Sai. In exchange, the Rek'Sai does have armor steel caps. Weighted steel caps, my bad.
Yeah. You have, looks like Mundo is going to walk back top. He's going to just keep creating pressure up there, maybe try and drag Darius. But I think Paradise Valley wants this Drake now. I wouldn't be surprised if they start it.
Yeah, I also wouldn't be surprised that they try to start it. They do still have vision control over the area, and with the Lissandra clearing out that control ward right there, they are just going to start it.
Yeah, this looks really hard for the Wukong to enter. They are sending the TP here. We're going to get a pretty big fight. Wukong wasn't able to secure the Drake, but a really good Lulu ult. Wukong ults. Lissandra ulted though and is going to fall. KU's going to have to back off here. And Lulu flashes. Going to die anyways though. A bit unfortunate. Sandra eating in. Rek'Sai is able to follow up. And Rek'Sai does fall but takes Orianna with him.
That was a 1-for-4 trade on the side of Paradise Valley. That is really bad for the side of Kansas here. They are now just going to clear that mid wave and shove. But the Mundo is going to be there to try to prevent some damage being taken off of that inner turret.
Yeah, Mundo has Warmog, so he is able to heal up here, be able to clear this wave out. But yeah, that fight was not great. I think Mundo just rotated a little bit late, and Kansas maybe rushed the play after Poppy.
I think after that vision got lost and they weren't able to properly secure anything, I think it should have they needed to back away from that. There shouldn't have been any reason to try to contest, especially after. Sorry, I'm getting distracted here. I'm watching the Wukong clear. Especially after what happened in topside, not being able to secure that Rift Herald, which I do believe they... Did they not pick up the Rift Herald? I don't think they did. It does not look like it.
Possibly not. Possibly not. Unless they already placed it mid, but I
I
think you
don't,
might be right.
Yeah. Which, if that was the case, then that makes it a little better. But Orianna is pushed up a little too far and will get punished for it. Does take the Lissandra down.
Yeah, is able to secure the turret and take the Lissandra down. And Wukong is here trying to clean up. Flashes. Nami responds with flash, and Wukong is now having to run away. Doesn't look like Wukong is going to be able to get out of this. With that TP, Mundo is able to take some more plates top here. And this Mundo, even though a little bit of a rough start, is now kind of getting strong.
Yeah, actually getting pretty strong. We do see they are still slightly behind in terms of gold, but they are sitting on a lot of gold right now. If they clear this turret, then they should be able to back and possibly buy Heartsteel.
Yeah, Mundo is definitely going to have the second item here. And with this item spike, Mundo is going to be really useful in these team fights. Aphelios with the PF sword and pickaxe, looking like he's getting pretty close to this IE as well, which will be a major spike for KU.
Yeah, if the Aphelios is able to pick up the IE, then this next fight for Drake, which takes place in about a minute and a half, may be able to swing the tide of the game a little bit, though. But with Paradise Valley being up 3 Drakes and almost 1,000 gold, the 1,000 gold lead difference doesn't matter too terribly much with this state of the game. But what is really going to be impactful is those Drake pickups and the grubs as well for the tower taking.
Yeah, and we see Drake is going to be up here in a minute. Kansas needs this Drake. This is sole point for Paradise Valley. We are going to see a major team fight here.
I do think that if the Mundo is able to be in the bot lane by the time Drake hits about 30 seconds or so, which I don't think is going to be the case if he's going to be sticking around for this wave, there may be a chance that they can try to combat some of the setup that is going on in Bot River.
Yeah, we do have, looks like Mundo is going to go for one more wave. He does have TP available, but I would have, like you were saying, seen him there a little bit earlier.
Which,
Lissandra's
him not being
going
there
in.
now is we're kind of seeing why. Go ahead.
Lissandra did just waste her ult on the clone there, so I think that is pretty advantageous for KU.
But Darius is there now and does use the Stride Breaker.
Yeah, able to pop Lulu's flash here. And Wukong W's away. Not quite able to get out though with the Rek'Sai ult. Darius takes down Wukong, and it is looking pretty grim for KU here.
It is looking like a slaughter for the side of Kansas. They are not... Mundo may be able to clean up, but his full stacks of the bleed from Darius' passive on him. I got really anxious there for a second seeing that Darius jump in like that.
And looks like this is going to be a Paradise Valley Drake, and they are going to get Cloud Soul, which is really scary on a lot of those champions. Very scary on Darius, very scary on Lucian. Mundo has healed up from the Warmogs though. He's looking to contest this.
But with the TP from Lissandra coming in now, he should just be able to back away, and they will take the Cloud Soul.
Yeah, Paradise Valley does secure the Drake. I don't think that is game by any means. It makes the game quite hard. But
Yeah, it's going to make the game a lot more difficult, but Baron is still up. I do think that this Baron will be the make it or break it for game one here. If Kansas is not able to secure this Baron or potentially steal it during a fight, then it could end up very bad.
Yeah. But all it takes for KU is one good sync up with this Wukong and Orianna ult, and I think they can turn a fight instant.
100%. If this Wukong can get into the back line with the Orianna's Command Protect onto the Wukong while he uses his ultimate, it could be devastating for their Lucian and Nami.
Yeah. We do have, looks like Rek'Sai is going in here on the Orianna. Orianna gets the ult off. We do have Wukong in there ulting as well. And KU is able to kill the Rek'Sai and Lucian. But Darius is able to clean up most of KU here.
Darius still does have his ultimate available, but he is just going to back away.
Lucian and Rek'Sai dead. Luckily, they aren't able to do Baron, but they are going to chip away at these towers a little bit more, get some more plate money.
That was a very devastating fight for Kansas there. They were able to get some value out of it for denying the Baron, but 4 dying for 2 is going to make the pockets of Paradise Valley a lot bigger and potentially get a little closer to closing out this game.
Yeah, does look like Mundo is kind of messing with Darius a little bit, but not going to be able to get any kills. Do think we do have Aphelios is 3 items now, quite a bit stronger. And I think at this stage in the game, Aphelios is almost more useful than this Lucian, even though being down a bit of gold.
Oh yeah, I mean, with Aphelios being at 3 items and having the Mortal Reminder is actually probably going to be very useful for this upcoming fight with the Darius, with the Rek'Sai, with the Nami, and the Lucian. It is going to be very good for Kansas if they can keep this Aphelios alive and keep their backline protected, which is extremely difficult with this Rek'Sai. But it could be possible if they can properly space around this next objective, which they are going to take the bottom scuttle, which will clear that vision. They'll just know to run right away.
Yeah, they secure the scuttle. Elder's not going to be up for another about 3 minutes. We're really going to have to look for some Baron vision here. Baron is up, and this Darius is really pushed up. Maybe we'll be able to secure a pick. We have Wukong going for the flank here. Orianna ult unfortunately misses. Darius is able to ghost away.
And we do see the rest of Paradise Valley rotating up to that top side. And with the Shockwave being down and the Wukong ultimate, it could potentially start to signal that Baron could be a good place to go. But Mundo's teleport is still up. That is a very good thing to remember. And Lissandra's teleport will be coming up as well.
Yeah, Lissandra really isn't able to stop this Mundo in the side lane. As we just saw, he just walked up and took 2 plates, and I think he's just going to look to do that again as long as this Baron doesn't start. So the longer Kansas can stall the Baron, the better it is.
Yeah, if they can keep stalling this Baron at least long enough for Mundo to potentially take this plate or even this tower, then it could be enough to allow this Mundo to back and buy. I don't know what his current gold value is sitting at, but he could potentially be able to back and buy another item. He's sitting at 1,700, but we do see a topside battle going on in jungle.
Darius chasing the Wukong a bit there, isn't able to get him. You have Mundo taking full bot turret, but it looks like Paradise Valley is engaging. Big shockwave though from the Orianna. Wukong is flashing in, able to kill the Rek'Sai, and then Orianna is able to finish off Lucian. Really good for KU.
Really good for KU, actually. That could be, even though the Wukong and Aphelios did die, they will be able to shove waves even more. Mundo is going to have no contest taking this bot turret. The Lissandra realized, wait a second, I need to be down there. This Nami is just gonna have to do what they have to do, but Mundo just cleared up 3 plates on the bot side.
Yeah, KU, bot side, we were able to get the full bot tier 2 as well as 2 plates, and we won the fight 4v4, so I would expect really good things going into this Elder fight in 20 seconds. Mundo is overstaying a bit here, though. That's the Lissandra ult. Might be able to walk out of here. I'd imagine he'll have to use the Ghost, though.
You may have to use Ghost, but I don't think it will be enough here with the amount of CC that the Paradise Valley team has. You will go down, which is going to be very unfortunate for this Elder Drake spawn.
Yeah, I think Paradise Valley is probably just going to try and rush this while the Mundo is dead. Mundo does base, get his full item, but it's not going to be here in time for this fight. KU kind of panicking. They are looking. They still want to contest this, don't want to give the Elder. They are able to get Scuttle Crab, which is really nice.
But they may just have to give it, unless they want to try to go for the steal, but it is going to be denied.
Yeah, Wukong just gets Lissandra ulted. Really big shockwave, though, finishes off the Nami. That was some insane damage from the Orianna.
But now they do just have to run away from this Rek'Sai, which is trying to chase them down.
Yeah, luckily I think that shockwave stalls the game out a little bit, makes it a bit harder for Paradise Valley to siege. They are still going to, though. We do have Mundo back. He's going to walk down mid, protect this tier 3. Paradise Valley might just peel off and do the Baron, though.
Yeah, if they're going to rotate to this Baron, then with Wukong still being down, the only thing that Kansas can do is try to shove out these waves. But with Paradise Valley taking this Baron very quickly, they are going to have to shove in these waves very quickly because we are going to see Paradise Valley take their recalls. Except for Lissandra, actually. Kansas is going to respond with their own set of recalls. And looking at the map state right now, what do you think that Kansas has to do to be able to potentially clinch a comeback from this?
Well, first and foremost, we need to wait out this Elder buff, and as well as the Baron, it is a little bit hard for Paradise Valley to siege. We have the Mundo, we have the Lulu. We are pretty beefy if we stand under these turrets and just protect them. Once the Elder and Baron is gone, though, I'd like to see set up for the next objective. That's something Kansas has kind of been lacking this game.
They've been 100% lacking this, and we do see the Lucian use the ultimate, but ultimately does not enough damage to kill the Aphelios using the Elder Dragon buff.
If we do have Mundo in the bot lane, it's looking like Mundo is just going to try and stick this, which I don't think is a wise decision.
I also don't think this is a wise decision.
Mundo TPing back. We already have Lulu dead, though. This is looking disastrous for KU.
I do think, yep, we do see the rest of the Paradise Valley team clean up this Mundo. He will go down to the Elder Dragon buff, and Paradise Valley will take Game 1 in the best-of-3 series.
Yeah, that is a little bit of an unfortunate first game.
I think unfortunate is a light term to describe it, even though throughout the game there wasn't more than, I want to say, a 2,500 gold difference between the two teams. That 2,500 gold difference really did make the difference in a lot of those fights early on, especially in the top side with the Mundo and Darius.
Yeah, I think just going into next game, though, I think KU has to set up objectives more. They need to be there before they spawn, not as they spawn. And yeah, just kind of mitigating losses early game. We just got behind early game. And even though we were able to win a few fights in the mid to late game, we just weren't able to really claw back effectively.
Yeah, that 100% is going to be one of the biggest things that they're going to have to work on this series if they're wanting to pull out a map 2 victory and take us to Game 3. I do believe that if Kansas is able to get that set up into at least one Drake early on, then it will potentially put enough pressure that they can sit back for at least a little bit and try to get some farm done. But if they don't have any Drakes going into Drake 3 or 4, then that is just really going to put them behind.
Yeah, I definitely believe in KU to bounce back here, though. I think we're taking game 2 and 3.
I will hold my heart strong. I do believe that Kansas will be able to take this, but we do have to see in this upcoming game. I do think we are going to take a small break here, and you will see us again here in a few minutes when draft starts. All right, guys, we're going back into draft for game 2, and we are in the Fearless bans, so we're seeing a couple of some of the repeat bans from both sides here. We see the Kindred and Aatrox, which were banned by Kansas last game, and the Caitlyn, I believe, is a new ban. They didn't go through with that during game 1, and the Victor, Zach, and Twitch on the side of Paradise Valley, and Kansas is going to lock in the Yunara first pick, which I do believe I about expected. Matson does have a lot of recent games and a lot of games in general on this Yunara.
Yeah, he's been playing a lot of Yunara, very high priority pick, and PVC is going to respond with a Miss Fortune Leona. Really strong bot lane, has that engage for the Miss Fortune ult. I imagine we'll want to see a support counter pick here, possibly a Milio, maybe a Karma, maybe Seraphim. One of these enchanters that works pretty well with Yunara.
I do. I would personally love to see a Seraphine come out, but we're actually going to see the Scion, which I would hope goes into the top lane. I would be very surprised if Aless decided that today is the day they want to try out Scion support. But you know what? I'll be down for it.
No, this is a pretty common strategy for KU, just locking in the Scion on blue side, doing it in the first 3 so it doesn't get banned, and it's also just generally good front line. And let's see, we could pick jungle here or support. I would be worried about supports getting banned, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like we're going to stick to the jungle, and we're going to go Jarvan. That is a comfort pick for Hope. Maybe they were worried about that getting banned instead.
I do believe because Aless does have such a high support pool, they're probably not that worried about a specific support being banned out that they might be thinking about. We are going to see the Syndra hover on the side of Paradise Valley, and does look like they're going to lock it in unless last second. Nope, we're going to see the Syndra locked in on the side of Paradise Valley, and we're going to go into phase 2 bans.
This is kind of an interesting Syndra pick, I think. I feel like they'd rather have a either jungle or top counter pick, but they really just want to make sure the Syndra goes through, possibly worried about it getting banned. PVC, since they're on red side, they are going to have the next pick. Then KU is going to get the next 2. They'll be able to have both support and mid lane counter pick on KU. So if I'm KU, I'm pretty happy.
I would also be pretty happy with this. We do see the Janna being banned away though, and in response, the Zehen is going to be taken out of the play, which I think that's perfectly fine. And the Milio on the side of Paradise Valley is going to get banned away, so it does narrow down Aless's pool a little bit, but I do think it should overall stay strong. And Kansas is going to take their time with this last ban here, talk about a little bit of what they want their next picks to look like, probably. And they are going to settle for the Gwen ban.
I think Gwen's a really good ban. I think Gwen into Scion is rough. So
Oh, yeah.
getting that out of the champ pool is really good for KU. Smart ban. PVC get a hover Camille here.
And
Wow,
lock it
Camille is
in.
instantly locked. That's surprising.
That
to
is
me.
that is honestly pretty surprising. I will be interested to see how that matchup does go. And we are going to see Kansas kind of take their time before hovering anything. I believe that they might have also been a little taken off guard by the Camille, but overall, this shouldn't mess up any plans that they had in place, hopefully. And we're going to see the Karma locked in. I do think the Karma can be a very good pick into this Camille and Leona. But
yeah, I think Karma Yunara, that lane is going to be really abusive against Leona Miss Fortune, both kind of short range, especially Leona, and they'll be able to get priority early game as well as poke them down maybe for a Jarvan gank early.
yeah, I do think that will definitely be what Kansas is looking to try to do. And they're going to lock into Xerath. Not every day I see a Xerath locked in, I'm going to be honest with you. And in response, they are just going to hover the Vi, and Are they going to lock it in here? I do think that the Vi will fit their composition pretty well. And yeah, they're going to lock it in.
Yeah, Vi is locked in, has really good with both Miss Fortune and Syndra. Camille, of course, has good gank setup as well. And like you, I'm kind of taken aback by the Xerath pick. I was not really expecting it. But you never know what Hugo's gonna play.
I
He
guess
is a
I guess you're right
complete
about
wild
that.
card. He is a complete wild card.
So going into this second game, we talked a little bit about they need to be able to set up better for these objectives that come up, especially very early. How do we think this comp for Kansas is looking for this setup?
Well, with the Karma Yunara bot lane, they should be able to push in lanes and poke down the enemy bot lane quite a bit. So I think it will make getting those early dragons a little bit easier. One thing they do have to look out for is this Leona Vi Miss Fortune combo once Miss Fortune hits level 6.
Mm-hmm.
I think PVC is definitely going to be looking for these like big team fight ults combos. So as long as we don't get grouped up like that, I think that KU's draft is pretty good.
100%. If even if they don't get grouped up, Paradise Valley can still secure a pretty easy kill or potential denial if they hold on to some of these ultimates until like objective fights. If Leona sticks around with the Vi for a little bit and is able to catch someone off guard with the Leona ultimate for the stun, follow up with the Vi ultimate, it could potentially set up for a very good quick pick for Paradise Valley. And Kansas is definitely going to have to take that into consideration when they're laner to roam.
Definitely, definitely. We should be in game very shortly here. We will be right back with that, so stick around. Right, and we are back here. See?
Looks like they are going to push up a little bit, the side of Paradise Valley, try to get that ward down.
Paradise Valley gets the ward, but Xerath gets a little bit of a chunk on Syndra there. Overall, I think pretty good for KU.
Yeah, now both top laners are just going to try to walk up river, try to take the quick traded damage.
Traded abilities, doing a little bit of nonsense there. Like it. Right, like we were talking about earlier in draft, this KU bot lane, at least early game, should be winning pretty hard with this Karma poke as well as Yunara outranging Miss Fortune a little bit.
But it does look like this Camille is trading pretty well against this Scion, which could be a little worrying for the side of Kansas and going to make it a little harder to push up and play for a level 2.
Yeah, Scion, Camille. Camille is definitely going to win that early. I think Scion just needs to get his first item though and stabilize the lane. We have, looks like both junglers are passing bot here, but the buy is on Krugs. Not sure, might look for a reset, or if Scion gets low enough, he'll die.
If the Vi does go for the level 3 dive against the Scion, it could be pretty... Oh, no, they're just going to take the reset, actually.
So take the reset, pick up a longsword here, then go straight into the bot side. I imagine that that longsword means that Vi wants to fight on the Scuttle Crab, and even though I do think the KU bot lane is a little bit stronger early, having that extra longsword is going to help Paradise Valley in the fight.
100%, but it will set them behind to get the bottom scuttle. We can see Jarvan's already on Krugs. There we go. Thank you. And moving towards that scuttle crab.
Yeah, Vi might be looking to skip the blue buff here and go straight to the crab. Jarvan making a pit stop at bot here, knocks up the Leona, and looks like Yunara is able to secure first blood. Really good for KU, and Jarvan is going to be able to safely get this bot scuttle, probably rotate into top and secure the top one as well.
That was a very beautiful play on the side of Kansas trying to clear up that kill, but it does look like that Two Queens is going to get punished a little bit here, or no, Miss Fortune is going to get punished for sticking around a little bit too long, and the Karma is going to get the root down onto the Vi, allowing for further trade and punish.
Yeah, really good heals and shields from the Karma. They are able to keep the Jarvan alive, and they're able to secure the kill on Miss Fortune, as well as blowing her barrier. Really good for KU.
Camille is going to keep trading with this Scion, and they're both very low here.
Both are really low. Unfortunately, that Camille Q is able to execute. Luckily, the Scion does have TP to get right back to lane. Unfortunate that he does die there, though.
Very unfortunate that he does die here. And Jarvan is not able to pick up that Scuttle Crab, and he is going to have to try to run. The Syndra is going to try to stick around there a little bit, but Jarvan is ultimately going to be able to get away from that. I think overall it's still very good for the side of Kansas. This last couple of minutes here, with Yunara picking up a kill and Karma picking up one. A little unfortunate the Karma was the one to secure it, but you see a bit more trading on the top side going on.
Yeah, top lane is going to be a little bit rough for a while. Camille, really abusive champion, especially with that coward Q machine. It's going to be rough for Scion for a while.
Yeah, it's 100% going to be rough. Does miss the hook onto the wall.
Yeah, Camille level 6 now. Scion's got to play it back.
Yeah.
Cool. You have KU bot lane poking out this Leona a little bit more. Jarvan clearing towards bot again. Could look for a gank or scuttle.
We do see the Camille going all in for the level 6 ult against the Scion. He still has not hit level 6, and he is going to live, but maybe not for long. Ooh. Good trade of flashes there for the Camille and Scion.
Yeah, the ult was under the Scion's turret, so Camille was not able to finish him off. Gets a little antsy with the flash there, but I think overall pretty good for Scion. Camille has no ult or flash now. It protects him for a little while.
Yeah. And Scion is going to take that reset, and Vi is still hanging around this the boss side jungle, potentially wanting to look for a setup for Drake with Jarvan only just now leaving blue side base. There could be the opportunity to try to get vision onto the river and into the pit, but the blue side has been doing pretty well trying to deny any kind of roams going on with this Leona.
Yeah, Jarvan has based. He's walked back bot side. He's going to secure this bot scuttle for level 6, and they can maybe look for a Drake play. We do have mid lane a little bit ahead, up about 15 CS, and then bot lane obviously up those 2 kills. It's like more constant fighting happening in this top lane. This Camille is getting extremely aggressive against the Scion, but it does look like that KU is starting to hit this Drake now that the Jarvan has hit level 6.
I got a little worried for a second while when the camera cut away right when the Vi went into the Jarvan, cut away to the top lane, but it does look like they are just gonna secure that first Drake, Ocean Drake. Me personally, Ocean Drake, I always hate it when it's the first Drake in because it means you can't get it for Soul. And I personally love Ocean Soul.
I do agree with you, but if I'm this Scion, I am very relieved we got an Ocean Drake. That's just a little bit more sustained.
That is
Helps
also
us get
fair.
through this early game. Camille's going to E in. And
Camille does have the ultimate. She does go ahead and use it. Scion does try to follow up with his own ult, but
and it looks like the Q stun is long enough to get him out of there.
Yeah.
Xerath now hovering. Vi is looking for the ult. We have both Jarvan and Karma here to protect him, and Vi is going to fall and allow them to get these grubs. Really good rotation from the Jarvan and Karma there. It allows them to get these grubs as well as first Drake. This is exactly what we were talking about first game, just being to these objectives first, and
yeah, being to those objectives first, and also that Vi going in with 0 vision in the blue side jungle really was a big blunder on the side of Paradise Valley.
Yeah, we see the Karma also helping out mid lane a bit here too. Lets Xerath push the wave in, as well as getting a little bit more poke on this Syndra.
Camille misses the hook again.
Yeah, Scion's able to secure a plate there with Camille being reset. And the Syndra is getting really low. Wouldn't be surprised if the Xerath looks for a kill pretty soon here, being full mana.
Being full mana, but still being down on ult, does allow the Syndra to push up a little bit. I did just see a flash happen from the side of Syndra, though. So Syndra does no longer have flash, which could make the difference, but she is going to go ahead and reset.
Yeah, flash from both Xerath and Syndra by the looks of it. You have Leona engaging a bit here, and the Yunara ult comes out and is able to finish off Misfortune. You do have a TP coming down. Looks like it's going to be Syndra trying to follow up, but doesn't get there in time.
That was a really good timing for the Yunara ultimate, allowing her to dash in front of the Leona ultimate to shut down the Misfortune before her ult could really do a lot of damage, and they practically get away for free. And also burn the Syndra TP, forcing her to walk back to River and essentially let Xerath push for free and get a free reset.
Yeah, Xerath is super far ahead now. KU, we see both the Yunara and the Karma on their first items. So I think this game is looking really good for KU, even though top lane is a bit hard right now by the looks of it.
Oh yeah, 100%. And we do see the Camille ultimate go down, which doesn't get a whole lot of value. It's just allowing her to run away, but that stun is going to be quite punishing as Sion does walk up to the grass rock.
Yep, and we do have Jarvan here able to follow up on the Sion ult and secure the kill. And that will probably get Sion back in this game. He's going to be able to push in this wave, maybe get a plate unless this Vi hangs around. And like you said earlier, with the Syndra having no flash, Xerath is able to easily get a kill with his ult.
Oh yeah, that was really, really good. And I do just want to talk about that that topside play a little bit more. With Camille having no ult, just being able to try to run away. The stun from the Sion knockup really messed her up there, allowing the Jarvan to rotate in very quickly to secure that kill with his own ultimate.
Yeah, and we see the gold graph here. We have mid lane almost up 1,000 gold on the side of KU, and bot lane being up about 700 or 800. Game state is looking really good for Kansas.
Game state's looking really good. We do see the flash ultimate combo from the side of Vi, and the ultimate from Yunara to follow up to let her dash away. Jarvan is there, but he does use his ult to secure the kill onto the Misfortune.
Flash ults, and they are able to take down both the Misfortune and the Leona, as well as secure a few plates here. Xerath does TP down. Unfortunately, doesn't get much value with that. Walking through the river here, got to be a little bit careful of this Syndra. It doesn't look like Syndra has the damage yet to do anything.
I think that Syndra's got to be a little bit more careful staying in their own side of the jungle like that. Could get punished by the Xerath if they keep sticking around like that.
And looks like more fighting in the top lane while KU's taking the Drake. Fight is looking really close. And Sion is able to finish him off. Wow.
There's been so much fighting in this top side. The side of Paradise Valley has been really really aggressive when it comes to trying to get ahead, but their attempts on trying to get ahead have been kind of putting them behind, if anything. Sion is now ahead in gold. Xerath does not finish the Syndra. Syndra is going to be able to back away.
Yeah, Sion's ahead in gold now after being really abused this whole lane. He's now up gold and up XP. And this game is looking pretty good all around. All three lanes and jungle are pretty much winning for KU right now, with, I think, a pretty good scaling comp too.
Yeah, insanely good scaling comp. Being ahead 5,000 gold in 13 minutes definitely sets the record straight. They were, I think they want to say that last game was just a warm-up game for them, and it does look like they are going to keep up this momentum going into Herald spawning in just 1 minute.
Yeah, I really like how both the Karma and the Jarvan have been on these objectives early. We've been securing everything and being there for the counter ganks against Vi. So I think really good jungle support synergy and kind of just taking over the game right now.
Oh yeah, with Jarvan having 2 kills over the Vi and Yunara being so much gold ahead, it's going to be really difficult for this bot lane to be able to get online with their waves being constantly shoved in, and it's going to make it even harder to try to secure these Drakes.
Eyes could go in, Leona ult comes down but doesn't connect. And Yunara pops the ult here just to get away. We have Sion ulting down though. It's a hit on the Misfortune with the damage. Misfortune ult in return. Xerath ult comes out though, finishes off Misfortune, and this looks extremely winning for KU. Jarvan able to burn Syndra's flash right at the end there with Carry on top, and they'll be able to take down this mid turret.
That was absolutely an incredible play. 3 for none, and being able to get Syndra's flash out, and being able to, it looks like, take this this mid tier 1 turret is definitely going to set them ahead. And we see Jarvan is now taking this Rift Herald while Camille's just trying to chip some damage.
Camille flashes, or not flashes, ults in to try and finish off Karma. Not able to get it though. Gives over more gold to the Yunara, who is not what you want to gold to this game.
Arguably the worst person you want to give gold to if you're on the other team right now.
Yeah, this is a 7k gold lead at 50 minutes. This is almost unbelievable, I'd say.
Yeah, almost. There could always be one fight. And so I'll never say that Paradise Valley is out of the game yet, but if Kansas keeps up with this momentum, we have Drake in a minute and a half, and we already see the Scion is hovering around that bot side, being able to secure himself into the lane. It could be extremely difficult for this this side of Paradise Valley to get their nails into something for this bot river.
I really like this version of KU's bot lane more. Last game we saw Lulu and Aphelios, which while strong, doesn't really have much presence in lane. While the Karma in Yunara is really punishing early, and both Karma and Yunara have been able to push their leads in different waves this game and kind of carrying the game, I say.
I 100% agree with that. The Aphelios Lulu, while it is usually good, it feels like a responsive composition. When at least looking at how Paradise Valley was playing last game, it didn't really feel like they could really do anything when it comes to. It didn't really feel like they were able to do much on their own, but now with this Yunara and Karma, it's a lot more proactive, and they're able to take advantage of a lot of the tempo they're able to get early.
Yeah, we have Drake coming up in 7 seconds. Jarvan ult's going to come out on Syndra. Xerath ult just chasing the Vi around. Not really able to get a kill, but...
Xerath ult did actually secure a kill onto the Syndra. That was the first Comet, I guess, was able to secure the kill onto the Syndra, which will allow them to pick Drake.
Yeah. You see Sion going in here. Should be a little solo bolo. And gets the Camille's flash as well.
A quick little trade of flashes to secure the kill. Always will take that. And we do see the Rift Herald coming down now. And get a few plates.
That knocks up Leona. She has to blow her flash there to not get hit by the Jarvan Q. Another great play from KU, getting more plates around the map as well as the Dragon. We are now seeing a 10k gold lead. Sion, he's pushed up a little far though.
Yeah, I do. It does look like the Sion is going to start to get punished. He does not have his ultimate available to try to escape this, and he will be giving away a 250 gold shutdown to the side of Paradise Valley.
Yeah, and that is Misfortune is able to get that kill too. Really big pickup for Misfortune. She's looking to get enough gold for that IE. And once they get that IE, then Kansas does kind of have to play around that with the Paradise Valley team comp really centered around this Misfortune.
But even with the Misfortune securing the IE, every other lane is still sitting at a hefty gold lead ahead of Red Side here. We see the Sion is sitting at 2.5k gold ahead. We see the Jarvan sitting at 2k gold ahead. And the mid lane still sitting at over 2,000 gold ahead as well. It is just definitely going to make a little difference, but I don't think enough to worry the side of Kansas.
Yeah, I think this game state is still really good. We have Baron coming up in about 10 seconds. I wouldn't imagine a Baron play to happen unless a major team fight happens. If I'm KU, I'm just looking for that Dragon Soul.
Yeah, if they're able to secure this this next Drake here, get the Soul, it will definitely start to nail the coffin for the side of Paradise Valley in this game too. But there is always going to be that chance that Paradise Valley will be able to win the upcoming team fight, but I think being down as much gold as they are, it's going to be extremely difficult and going to have to pull off a miracle for it.
Yeah. So game state right here. Zerath backing in the bot lane. Does end up canceling it. Both junglers just kind of clearing camps, not really looking for any plays. We do have KU getting some deep vision around the Baron. Really good.
I do want to point out that this Zerath is sitting on 10 stacks of Magi's, which I think is definitely going to keep setting him ahead in this game if he's able to keep those stacks, especially going in this next team fight, as it does look like we were starting to group around. Ooh, never mind, I was going to say that Vi, sticking around a bit too long, is able to jump over the wall there.
Yeah, like you were saying about the Magi's, Hugo, if you've watched any of these games before, he is famous for building this Magi's and instantly losing the stacks. So I'll be interested to see if that happens this game.
He's playing, it seems like he's playing fairly cautious right now, just farming where he needs to, not overextending too far. We did see him push out that top lane and walk down into jungle. They are still sticking around this Baron, potentially looking for some setup if they can see some kind of action go on in the bot side, potentially. But it does look like Jarvan does ult onto the Syndra.
Yep, Zerath is able to follow up with the ult, and Vi has to flash away. Baron is up, and it looks like KU is going to be starting the Baron. Neil pretty low in the bot lane, so Sion is doing a good job side laning against her. Looks like the Paradise Valley is going to try to contest this here.
The Vi is still up. She does still have Smite, but so does Jarvan. It is just going to be a matter of if they can deny enough vision to get this Drake. But Vi does go in, does have the Unstoppable, goes on to the Zerath, but does die. The Misfortune Ult does follow up, and Jarvan is going to try to poke her down, and Yunara does secure the kill onto Leona, and the Kansas is going to reset following getting 3 kills for nothing. And Sion is still just sitting there in the bot side, farming those minions, and going to get these plates.
Yeah, Sion has gotten a lot of value from the split pushes these games. And while Paradise Valley was able to stop the Baron, they are going to lose Cloud Soul as they are swept 3-0 while contesting. Sion looking a bit hungry here.
Sion is looking a bit hungry here. It may look like that he's getting a little overextending himself. Zerath does miss all of his combats, and Camille does still live. That would leave me a little sore, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, that's Hugo for you.
Yeah. Hugo is still alive, and is also sitting at 20 stacks of Magi's, though, so...
20 stacks. This is the most I've ever seen him.
Yeah, props to him.
Props to him. He's a fan favorite. I'm the fan, though.
Nothing wrong with loving Hugo a little bit.
You still have this Baron up, and now that KU has Cloud Soul, I imagine they are probably pretty anxious to take it. You have Sion walking mid, now grouping with the team here. So I think KU is going to set up for it.
Yes, it does look like Sion is going to try to shove out this wave, and they are going to maybe start to trade some damage onto this Vi here. I do think that with the wave being pushed up how it is, it may be a good idea to start rotating this Baron, but Kansas is wanting to stick around a little bit, see if they can take this tier 2.
Yeah, this turret's pretty low. They're looking pretty antsy to take it. Looks like they are now backing off, starting Baron like you said. Vi has healed up off Wolves, and I imagine there's going to be a test here for this Baron, with Sion zoning while everybody else hits.
The Misfortune is actually resetting, so it does look like they are wanting to give away this Baron, potentially. Sion is still keeping them zoned out pretty well. It does actually look like they want to go for the contest. Leona's trying to hit the stun, but they're not going to be able to. Neil is sitting there, waiting to be able to get her ult down. Does do it onto the Yunara. Gets instantly punished, though. And Sion is still just keeping them zoned out. Jarvan does use the ult onto the Syndra, and Madsen does secure the kill. Leona does go down in trade for the Karma. Or not Leona, Vi, my bad. But Leona's fate does follow.
Yeah, 4 for 1, really good for Kansas. And if you notice there, the Sion ult actually canceled the Misfortune ult. That was really well played by the Sion.
That was extremely well played. And Kansas is now going to secure that Baron and start nailing in these last couple of nails into the coffin that is Game 2 of For Paradise Valley as they extend their gold lead to as almost 12,000 gold.
Yeah, I think it'll be well over 12,000 once this Baron dies.
Now looking at over 13,000 gold for the side of Kansas. Looking pretty bad for him, for Paradise Valley here, not gonna lie, but there is still a chance. Elder Drake is up in almost 2.5 minutes, so if the Vi is able to secure the kill onto the Jarvan or secure a steal, it could mean a potential swing for the side of Paradise Valley, but it is not looking so hopeful right now.
Yeah, looking at items too, I see a little bit of BM by KU here. The Jarvan has bought a Dark Seal.
Jarvan has bought a Dark Seal. I do wonder what... Camille does go into the to the middle of the Kansas team, and Yunar is able to secure the kill onto the Camille. She runs away, and the Xerath is chunking out all the damage, and Jarvan is cleaning up.
Stacking up that Dark Seal, and I think KU is looking to end the game with this push right here.
Does look like it. With the game-ending push, they do take the base turret, take the inhibitor, and they have the wave to follow. 3 are dead. Sion does use the ult. A little bit of...
That was special.
Yeah, really. They take the Nexus turret, and they take the Nexus to follow. Securing Game 2, we are going to Game 3 against Paradise Valley.
Yeah, and all around, that was a really, really good game by Kansas. They held and maintained the lead the entire game. They got all the objectives. Last game we were talking about, they were kind of struggling getting those early objectives, and it came back to bite them. But this game, they were on top of the objectives. Really good synergy from both the Karma and Jarvan. And I'd like to see this again going into the next game.
I think we need to see this again going into the next game. With how punishing they were to any of Paradise Valley's plays, it really just made it impossible for the bot lane. Oh, pardon me. For the bot lane to get ahead, for that Camille to really have as much value as she was wanting out past like level 6. She really fell off in terms of any potential for the rest of that game, and it was truly saddening, but I really liked how Kansas played this game, and if they can keep it up going to Game 3, it will be amazing. We are actually going straight into draft.
Straight in draft.
We are not getting any break for this. They are anxious to get this done. We see Kansas ban away the Caitlyn, and Paradise Valley bans the Twitch. Kansas is going to ban the Kindred.
Yeah, once again, these series are fearless, so we cannot see any of the champs picked in the prior 2 games. These are looking like pretty much the same bans from both KU and PVCC. KU will have first pick here. I wonder what they're thinking.
Gonna lock in the Varus. I know I'm always a huge fan of Varus in any composition. Maybe it's personal bias, but seeing Madsen lock in the Varus here, I think this game is definitely already showing me that it's going to be a little bit of fun.
Yeah, Varus is a really comfortable first pick. Not a lot of bad matchups. So I like this as a first pick. And PVCC is going to go Ashe. Ashe Seraphine has been really popular in pro play.
It looks like they're going to lock it in.
They are going to send it. Wouldn't be surprised to see a KU jungle pick or maybe a support counter pick.
I think following the trend from the last game, they're probably going to lock in the jungle here unless they want to send a message saying, "Hey, I like your support, but look at mine." and it looks like they're gonna wait till last second to hover this pick, and it's gonna be the Milio.
Gonna be Milio, gets a lot of value into both Seraphine and Ashe. I really like this pick from KU.
Mm-hmm. And they are probably going to follow up with another jungle pick, kind of following in lines with the first couple of games here, unless they want to be sneaky and lock in and potentially a mid laner. But I don't think that is going to happen unless they want to prove me wrong here. And Ornn.
Ornn, and this is what KU did last time. They're picking this kind of tank champion that they can just leave on top lane, let it scale up, while they prioritize getting their bot lane fed. So the strategy worked last game. I think it'll work again. I like this draft so far.
I'm also liking this draft so far for the side of Kansas, and I do wonder what Paradise Valley is going to do in response. Who they think will be the best pick against this Ornn. Zehen.
Zehen. We saw this Zehen banned in the first game, and now that it's gotten through the draft, we have it here in game 3. Zehen is really good into tanks. Zehen can be flexed in the jungle, but I think this is most likely a top lane.
I think unless they want to be a little crafty about it, I think this is going to be a top lane Zehen. We do see the Rise ban coming out from the side of Paradise Valley, and Kansas is going to have to respond to that Rise ban with a ban of their own. But I think they're going to take their time here. They're just wanting to talk about a little bit of the state of the draft, and potentially we're gonna probably see a jungle ban if they want to stay ahead of it, unless they expect this Zehen to be jungle.
Yeah, both these teams haven't really picked mid or jungle, so I'd expect those bans to come out. But like I've been saying in these previous games, you never know what Hugo is going to pick, so you can't ban him out either.
That is completely fair. Even if they get rid of this Rise and they can get rid of the Sylas here. Hugo, you know, he may be feeling a little funny and decide that he wants to, I don't know, go Yuumi mid.
I'm not sure if we'll get anything
I
like that.
well, I mean, it'd be funny. It'd be a first.
It
I
would
think,
be a first.
but we are gonna see the Sylas banned out on the side of Paradise Valley and the Malphite to follow up, and Paradise Valley is gonna be starting to do their first pick for this second phase. It's gonna be the Aurora.
They are going to go Aurora. Smart Silas band from PVCC. They have the Ashe ult, Seraphine ult, Zehen ult, Aurora ult. Really good Silas band. And then the Malphite band to counter. They were possibly looking for that Malphite pick with the Silas band. So both teams playing this draft pretty smart. KU, I'm wondering what they'll have as a counter pick into the Aurora.
Mel.
Mel.
I can love a good Mel, but even after these most recent changes to her kit, I think that this could still be potentially, if played correctly, very good for the side of Kansas.
Yeah, and we have Mel to reflect both Seraphine and Ashe ult. Gotta make sure they are synergizing with the Milio though, not cleansing before the ult comes out or anything like that. And gotta be last pick Xin Zhao, just a really solid champ, as well as having the ult to block Ashe.
I think Xin Zhao's one of the best junglers in the game. Always has been, or at least always has been recently. And a staple in almost any pro team comp. And we're gonna see the Sejuani as the answer to the Xin Zhao, which I kind of wonder a little bit about in this comp. But I think potentially there's a lot of good chain for CC with the Sejuani ult and Ashe ult and Seraphine.
Now, I don't wanna talk myself up here, but I play a little bit of Sejuani. Personally, I don't think I would have picked it in this draft, and because of that Sejuani pick, I think I favor KU's draft.
You think you favor KU's draft here? I most definitely agree. I was a little I was a little curious about that Sejuani pick, and unless they have some kind of plan for it, they have some kind of idea on how they want to answer a lot of this pressure that Kansas is applying through the Mel and through the Varus. It will be interesting to say the least.
Yeah. And we should be in game pretty soon. We are going to take a little bit of a break before that. Series is tied 1-1. It all comes down to this, so I'm excited to watch it.
I'm excited too. This is going to be an amazing game 3. Make sure to stick around for it. All right, and we are into game 3 of Kansas versus Paradise Valley, and things are starting off a little slow here. Everybody's just sitting in their bushes. I really am going to be interested in this mid lane matchup, though. I'm not going to be that concerned about the Sejuani or anything like that, but it's really going to be mid where I'm going to be paying the most attention to.
Yeah, I think the mid lane matchup is kind of a skill matchup. Top lane, I think, will be pretty rough for KU early. Head into Ornn, it's just life of playing a tank. You're pretty weak early. And then bot lane, even though Varus is generally pretty strong in lane, Ashe and Seraphine have quite a bit of poke, so I think that lane will be pretty active and interesting as well.
My only main concern is going to be that Varus did not take cleanse this game, which I feel like, at least if I were playing this in in a ranked game, this would probably be a game where I'd want to take cleanse with the Ashe ultimate, the Seraphine ultimate, and Root Sejuani. It really feels like it's going to be punished very heavily here.
Yeah, I think Madsen has played enough with Alesto that he trusts her to cleanse the ult. So
yeah, that's going to be the really hopeful thing here. So we do see not a whole lot going on. We see the Aurora trying to step up a little bit, trying to proc the electrocute.
It's the electrocute, but the Mel is able to trade back quite a bit here.
Welcome to Mel, I guess.
Yep.
Got that first strike going too, get a little bit of extra damage off.
A slightly better trade for Mel. Have a little bit of brawling going on in the top lane.
Does take a third shot there.
Helps out the Ornn quite a bit. Both junglers are pathing bot. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a bot gank from either of these junglers or fight at the bot scuttle.
100%. Mel already being out of mana really early, though, is going to be quite punishing. Though Aurora is also very close to being the same, it could be something that's punished very early, but we do see the Mel taking the recall.
Yeah. And we're going to have both Sejuani and Xin Zhao going to meet at the scuttle. See, going to be a little bit of a brawl here. And Xin Zhao is going to win it. We do have on the top side, Ornn is able to flash away as the Hen takes a tower shot, making it hard for him to dive here.
Yeah, I think if he tries to dive here, it will not end up good for him. So he is just going to back away, let the wave kind of play out.
Yep.
Mel taking that recall early does allow her to punish too, having the extra mana on hand. Very good unstoppable timing for the Ornn right there. That was very nice.
Yep, we do have Xin Zhao on this top scuttle. Zehen has to be careful if he stays. Looks like he's going to be back to go. Ornn is able to cancel. They could look for a dive here. I'm not sure if we'll see it or not. Looks like Xin Zhao's just going to go to his Gromp.
Yeah, I think with that vision being held on the pixel right there, makes it pretty hard for the Xin Zhao to try to make any play onto that.
Yeah, absolutely right. Zehen just going to clear his topside camps once again. He's able to get both scuttles, but Sejuani is now back on the map with a Kindle Gem, so slightly stronger until that first reset. Bot lane, both teams pretty much just farming. Nothing too crazy happening. Both the PVCC and KU bot lanes are pretty ult reliant, so once they hit level 6, I imagine we'll see a little bit more action.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think like anything before level 6 would be very unprecedented unless the either the Ashe or the Seraphine is caught very out of position. I don't think that's going to be the case this game.
Yeah. More trading happening top. Looking like it's going a bit better for Ornn now that he has that Sand now.
Gets the knock up onto the Zehen and procs the oh, what's it called? Why can't I remember it?
W.
The W, yeah.
Zehen blows the ult there. Gets a good chunk on the Ornn, but Wave pushing into him. I think Ornn should be pretty safe here.
100%. I think the Zehen got a little greedy there. Wasn't able to get the passive stacked up enough to be able to dive the Ornn with confidence. And now this giant wave is going to be pushing into the Ornn, and you shouldn't feel that worried. He's going to hit level 6 off of this, and it's going to make it a little difficult for this Zehen to try to make any play.
Good knockup by the Zehen there, buffering the Ornn E. And Aurora looking for a good chunk on Mel there.
Aurora is sitting on the ultimate that could potentially be a little bad for this Mel, but the Sejuani is going to walk away and make it a little bit safer.
Have Ornn going in here. Good knockup, good Q.
Very good solo kill to secure the first blood for the side of Kansas. That was beautiful for this Ornn, and really is going to make the difference going into this next objective. And with Grubs being up in a minute and a half, he can probably set up really good tempo for himself here.
Now we have KU looking at Drake right now with Sejuani being topside. Good counter with an invade. But I don't know about you, but I am really glad to see that solo kill topside from Arya Weedwagon. These last 2 games, we have seen some rough early games, so it's nice to see him get the early lead finally.
Oh, 100%. I'm very glad that he was able to get that kill, especially with it being a solo kill too. It just he's probably feeling really good about himself right now, which is exactly what he's going to be wanting to feel as this third game continues. We do see the Sejuani going into the top jungle for Kansas, trying to steal away that blue buff, but is going to actually get punished for it. Tries to smite it, and it doesn't go the way he wants.
Now engaging here. Ornn doesn't have the ult, so they have to be a little bit careful. Looks like we are going on Sejuani. Aurora ult comes out, and Mel now left pretty vulnerable in the backline here. That was a rough fight for KU.
It was a very rough fight for the side of Kansas, and only getting the Sejuani, but Paradise Valley does secure 3 kills, and that could be, it could be worse. They could have not have killed the Sejuani and given up Grubs for 0 kills. So I'm not gonna complain that much, but we do see a fight going on here in the boss side though. And Varus is going to be able to secure the kill onto the Ashe. The Seraphine ult coming in just a couple of seconds too late.
Yeah, really good snipe by the Varus Q there. Full passive stacks. Seraphine does finish off the kill, but I still think that is really good for KU, getting on a kill on the ADC rather than support.
100%. And we have more trades going on in the top side though, but ultimately nothing is going to come of it. Ornn may try to, yeah, he does try to cancel the ultimate. Look for more fighting. He does use his own ult and gets another solo kill onto the Zehen. That is a very good play.
Another solo kill, punishing the Zehen. We saw him use his ult at that small jungle skirmish, and Arya Weedwagon is able to punish that.
Ooh, the Aurora steals the grab.
Kill. Yeah, unfortunate steal. PVCC is able to get one grub, but still two for KU. Overall, a good trade. Now Sejuani is looking to take some of the bot side jungle.
And it does look like that this Sejuani may be punished for it. We do see the Milio rotating up and the Mel and the Xin Zhao. It does look like...
Really good Q from the Milio, and without Sejuani having flash, he is finished off by the Mel.
It's a very late rotate for the side of Paradise Valley for that boss side there. The Ash arrow came in just a few seconds too late.
Yeah, and now Two Queens is looking for a counter jungle of her own, going for these Raptors.
That's probably the best play they can make right there, just trying to get ahead where they can. They're sitting at a very minimal gold difference right now, and if Two Queens is able to just steal anything, but does not look like they're able to. But they're going to keep trying to set ahead that gold lead.
Yeah, and a lot of this gold lead is a massive CS difference mid. There's almost a 30 CS difference, as well as about a 15 CS difference bot. So really good on KU, just farming up.
I mean, it's really hard to miss a creep when you have an execute. But it does look like this Ornn is going to be punished for overstepping. The Zehen ult does come down. Zehen does have their passive up, but they are just going to back away.
Yeah, we do have Aurora rotating up into this top play now, looking to finish off the Ornn.
Punish this Ornn for using a flash, and the Aurora does get the shutdown onto the Ornn. That could potentially make a difference into this mid lane fight. Aurora is now just 300 gold behind the Mel, which, all things considered, isn't that much. It could be a mana crystal, but...
Yeah, we do see during that top play the Aurora uses TP again, and she's going to have to reset here with no TP, letting Mel gain back some of that lead.
We did see Mel use the ult there, and we are also going to see the Xin Zhao trying to do some trading with the Sejuani. Ooh.
Yep, Ash ult hits mid, but there's nobody to follow up on it.
Yeah. Got a little worried, thinking it was gonna hit the Xin Zhao, but the Xin Zhao was able to back away and get away for free.
Good cancel.
Good cancel.
We do have Drake up in 3 seconds. Xin Zhao has reset for his item, walking back bot side, looking for Drake. Little skirmish happening top here. Zehen still no ult, but he will get his passive available here.
Yeah, and that is just going to be the sign for the Ornn to walk away, unless he decides it's time to go in. And now he's going to be running down bot river, and Varus does use his ult on the bot side, and we see his follow-up Sejuani ult cleansed by the Milio, and...
Very intense fights.
Two very intense fights happening at the same time.
And looks like no deaths on either side so far. Xin Zhao knockup,
but that could change here.
Q.
We see, yep, we do see Matson securing the kill onto the Sejuani and Hope securing a kill of their own onto the Ash.
Zehen TP's down, but isn't able to find anything.
Leaving Seraphine just walk away, and Hugo is going to flash in to secure the kill onto the Seraphine. Wow.
This was a really good series of events for KU.
Very good. What turned out to be a very spotty fight for the side of Kansas up in the top side turned out to be very beneficial, getting the Zehen low enough to really not have as much value as he probably wanted to during that bot fight when he TP'd.
Yeah, got Zahen low enough as well as hold the Aurora topside and blew her ult so she wasn't able to be at that fight. So overall, this game is pretty much in KU's control. And Mel looking for solo kill.
Ooh, does get it. That's
Able to find it. Wow.
what happens when you let Mel stack all of her passive on it, and allowing her to have 10 stacks of Dark Steel too, or Dark Seal too. That's also gonna make quite the difference, especially with Herald coming up in just 1 minute.
And Mel is able to find a Q onto
Oof. Onto the
Ashe.
Ashe.
Ranger Flash. Slight side note, I don't think I've ever seen a Storm Razor built on an Ashe ever, so.
Neither have I. That's gonna be. I'm very curious to see how that's gonna play out.
I like a good experimentation.
Experimentation in Game 3, though. I don't know if that's worth it.
This Ornn is 2 levels up on Zahen. Zahen really can't do much here.
You can just try to stack his passive, but this Ornn just out damages this Zahen right now, having both the. Sorry, I got distracted watching that. Having both the Sunfire Aegis and the Merc Treads make it really difficult for this Zahen. Try to get any amount of CC on him.
Good knock up into the wall, and now the Xin Zhao is here to follow up.
He gets a little bit of lifesteal, but ultimately it does die with Kansas securing that kill. They will make their way to the Herald. Ashe and Seraphine are actually hanging around that Herald, hoping to maybe call for the Sejuani to rotate. Sejuani is trying to actually manage what's going on in mid, which I don't think is what they want to be doing right now with Herald being so low.
Yeah, it should just be a secure on the Herald for Kansas. Then we have Drake coming up in about 2 minutes 30 seconds.
We do see Paradise Valley going in. Sejuani does ult, but the cleanse follow up from the Milia ult.
Oh, a flash in. Xin Zhao getting a lot of value out of this ult. The Ornn ult knocks up 3 of them. The Dwani's going to fall, the Aurora's going to fall, and it looks like all of PV is going to be eliminated here. Really good series of events once again.
Very good. 4 for 0, going to allow them to shove in this mid turret. And okay, I was about to say, did they pick up the Rift Herald? I was looking at the bottom. I wasn't able to tell.
Yeah, with Herald and 2 grubs, they are probably going to be able to get this mid tier 2 fully.
Yeah, being able to take the mid tier 2. We see Xin Zhao clearing up the top side camps for Sejuani here, setting even further behind. Being 0-4 is going to be very disastrous. And also what's going to be disastrous is the 8,000 gold difference between Kansas and Paradise Valley.
Yeah, another game looking a lot like last game where KU gets a massive lead early. Zahen trying to sneak up on Mel, but Mel just does too much damage.
And gets a solo kill.
Solo kill, and then reflects the ult back into Sejuani. Hugo doing a little bit of limit testing here, taking the 5v1.
Took the 5v1 like a champ, I'm not going to lie, but ultimately it does go down, giving that shutdown gold over to Paradise Valley, and also losing the Dark Seal stacks. Very sad.
Losing the Dark Seal stacks, he is known for that.
At least he did not upgrade it into Magi's.
Yep, Ornn is able to get this top turret since there were 5 bot though. Overall, still pretty good for Kansas. We have Drake coming up in 40 seconds here. I would be shocked if Paradise Valley was even able to contest this.
If they're even able to contest it, I still think it's a horrible idea to. Orange still is sitting on teleport, but that actually may not matter too much. They're just going to try to kill this Ornn here in the bot side, which does look like they're going to be able to do. Maybe. There we go.
Ornn is going to fall, but they do have to use both Ashe and Seraphine ult, so I think that secures the Drake.
100%. We see in the bot side that Xin Zhao is trying to respond to the play in top side by doing a play of his own into the Zhen, but does not work like they're wanting to. Instead, they are just going to start this Drake. You see the Ashe vision come through, and I think Paradise Valley has decided, yep, this is not where we want to be. But they actually decide maybe, what if, and this could be very bad for the side of Paradise Valley. We do see that Zhen does go down. They do get the shutdown onto Xin Zhao. Mel does secure a double kill onto the Ashe. Ornn ult does go through onto the Sejuani, and Mel does execute for the triple kill.
Yeah, Mel with a triple there and gets those Darksteel stacks right back. Baron isn't quite up yet, so they're not able to get it, but just clearing out some more waves, getting some more gold off those kills. Looks like Varus is chasing down Seraphine in the bot side here and is going to be able to find her.
Gonna be able to find her. Is he gonna be able to... Oh, well, I think with that damage, I think that kind of sets it in stone. Yeah. Madsen does secure the kill, pushing him to 5-1 on the Varus, 19 minutes in. This has been a kill-heavy game, especially taking into account the 9,000 gold lead. And Baron's coming up in 20 seconds. This is not looking so hot for the side of Paradise Valley.
Yeah, 20 takedowns on KU. My parlay's hit.
Yeah, I think all of our parlays are hitting right now. And I really do wonder if Paradise Valley is going to be able to have a response, because we do see the Milio setting up vision in the Baron pit. Zhao is also hovering around. Getting onto the Aurora, does back away though once he sees how much people are rotating.
That's a little chunk. Mel in this bot lane. Once again, just doing some insanity damage.
Man. Zhao does go in, uses the ultimate. Aurora does follow up with the ultimate of her own. Ornn also goes down, knocks up the Ashe, and Ornn does jump in. Aurora is sitting very low. Xin Zhao is able to clear that up. Milio is sitting by. Double kill onto the Sejuani from the Xin Zhao, and Ornn is just trying to push through. But I think they just need to go Baron here. And I think once they push in this mid wave, that is exactly where they are going to go.
Yeah, that fight there, we saw a lot of value from the Xin Zhao ult, the Sundered Sky, and Milio just being able to keep Xin Zhao alive. They're going to be able to take this mid tier 3. And I think KU should be able to get out of here, as well as chunk away at this bot tier 2 and actually finish it off.
And we see Hugo gets the tier 2 turret in the boss side, and that was really good sequence of events for Kansas there. I think if they keep this up and maintain what is now a 12, or no, that's not. Actually, here, hold on. We're going to actually watch this Sejuani try to run down this Xin Zhao here. See the Ashe arrow hit, and with the amount of CC going onto the Xin Zhao, we do see him eventually fall, but not before the Sejuani dies itself, and Zhen is dead to the Mel. Does so much damage. Varus does clean up the Aurora, who thinks it's a good idea to ult into that. And they're just going to start going down mid lane with Xin Zhao being dead, try to push where they can.
KU gets 3 here, and they're looking to take the inhib after. Don't think they'll be able to end the game here, but inhib should make it even easier to get the Baron.
Yeah, them getting this inhibitor here will start to nail in those coffins, like I was saying last game. With these nails starting to go into this coffin for Paradise Valley, I really do wonder if they're going to have any sort of response. We do see that Drake is up in a minute, but Kansas is starting to prep around that Baron again. We see the Ornn hovering. We see the pings going down in the mini-map saying, hey, let's start going to this Baron.
Yeah, and I think KU can just take this even with all 5 of Paradise Valley alive. If they try to contest, it will probably be disaster.
100%. We do still have the Xin Zhao ult up and available. We have all ults up and available now. You see the Sejuani try to go in, gets stunned herself. Ornn ult does go down. Mel gets the triple kill using the ultimate, and then goes into stasis, trying to resurrect himself, and he is quick to follow. And the Mel is TPing up, trying to secure that pentakill.
He's going for it.
He is going
I know
for it.
Hugo.
Is he going to be able to get it, though? That's the thing.
Oh, he's dying for it.
I wonder if Kansas is going to try to take it. Ooh.
He's dying for it. He's dying for it. I've played with Hugo too many games.
Yeah.
I know how he plays.
And we do see Kansas take down the Nexus turret and start to chip their damage into the Nexus. You see Paradise Valley putting up a final response to this game-ending play. But Kansas takes down the Nexus, takes down Paradise Valley in the 2-1 Game 3 victory. GG's.
Technically a reverse sweep.
Yeah, reverse sweep for the side of Kansas there. I think that was a spectacular Game 3 for the side of KU. What do you think?
Both Game 2 and Game 3 were absolutely dominant by KU. Like, they weren't even close. Game 1, we were still feeling things out, but Game 2, we started getting objectives. We were on the early objectives. Really good jungle support synergy, and we saw that follow into Game 3. Really nice way to close out the series.
Yeah, amazing way to close out this series. And with, I don't know what Brandon was telling them in between that first and second game. Man, does he need to tell it to them more often, I think.
Yeah.
If he can tell that to them every single game should end up exactly like this. But yeah.
Yeah, thank you all for watching. Really exciting series. Anybody from PVCC, if you're watching, GG's.
GG's, yeah.
Was a fun few games.
Next Thursday, we should see the varsity team return to the stream and hopefully get a win of their own into next week.
Yeah. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you, guys.
Chalk.
Yeah, Rock Chalk.